Good morning, motor cars. It is Friday the 13th of April. Anniversaries this weekend. On the 12th, we have Tanner Fox, who is at the Brunswick Car Wash. And on the 14th, we have Galicia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Harper, who is a Honda Valet. So happy anniversary to both of you. And also two birthdays this weekend, both on the 15th. Joshua Kassan, who is a Toyota service rep, and Jason Spicer, who is a graphic designer over at Edge of the Box. So happy birthday to both of you. I'm in a good mood because we're treating my team to dinner next week to celebrate helping to get Honda Services customer survey scores up into the top of the pack. We're working to clobber our competitors this month too because we like beating competitors into the dirt. That's something we really enjoy over here at the BDC. I ran into a report in Toyota's Dealer Daily that shows all of the independent car repair and service facilities within 8 miles. One of the things I think is kind of a chip on our shoulder is that we're kind of out of the way, or at least we think of ourselves as out of the way from the mainstream of customers. But this kind of puts the lie to that. We have 209 competitors within 8 miles of us. As far as service goes, the smallest ones have a single employee and the largest have more than 20. 2 out of 3 customers go to these folks rather than visit a dealership, according to industry polls, even if the dealership offers free service. Like it or not, these are our competitors, along with Amazon and Google. So why are customers going there instead of coming here? Well, thanks to those same industry magazines, and one article in particular that I read about this, the reasons they say are pretty clear. Number one, kind of a bugaboo for all of us, price. We can talk all day about value, and we do, but express customers aren't here long enough typically to benefit from most of the things that set dealerships apart from lube shops. If they are, it's usually because we found an issue that'll cost them more money. We don't have to be the cheapest, but we at least have to be in the middle of the express service pack to attract new customers. Upsells. Other than air filters, lube shops typically don't have much to offer, so customers rarely feel like they're being upsold just because the place doesn't have anything to upsell other than air filters. Unless a customer came in with a concern, anything else that we find is usually a surprise, like finding a new cavity at the dentist, especially if it's a new customer, so we don't have any kind of service history or any type of a service plan that our service advisors are usually pretty good about laying out for customers about what things they need to have done now, what things 6 months from now, what things a year from now. I may know that cavity at the dentist has to be filled, but that doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Speed. This is a big one. Within 10 minutes of driving in, lube shops show the customer what needs doing and ask for a yes or no answer. Within 15 minutes, the customer is usually on their way. Plain and simple, the only way that we can compete with this is to hustle and not make customers wait. Number 4, consistency. Because oil change shops do very simple things, they rarely get them wrong. They don't forget to put the oil cap back on, rotate the tires, or refill the wiper fluid because those are literally the only things they do. So we can't afford to miss those things either, ever. Convenience. They're literally everywhere, and they don't require a reservation for express services. To compete with this, we have to have open spots wherever customers want to come, even if they all want to come at the same time, because 209 other places, again, within 8 miles, offer that. A little bit of news for you. As you know, I follow along kind of closely with the industry and what's going on with all the new tech and all the startups and so on. And I read this week that Uber has partnered with a company called GetAround to rent out privately owned cars when their owners aren't using them. Kind of like a car version of Airbnb. This is a major economic and cultural shift. If you can use someone else's car and pay them for it and unlock it with your phone, you probably don't need a car of your own anymore. It also addresses a long-ignored fact about privately owned cars. They sit around more than 80% of the time doing nothing. If they can make this work, some people might actually be able to make their car payments just by letting other people drive their cars. But it also means that we'll only need a fraction of the cars that are on the road today. Again, this is spaghetti that some startup company's throwing against the wall to see if it sticks. No way of knowing whether or not it will, but I just think it's interesting to follow along with all the different things that people are trying to make our space more interesting. Last but not least, we're doing some spring cleaning down here at the BDC. Unlike other motor cars buildings, we do all of our own cleaning anyway. But we're going to be picking up the trash around our building too and scrub all of our desks because who likes mold? I think that would be a good idea for every department now that the snow is finally gone. Shake off the salt and the crap that the wind blew into the bushes and make our buildings look the way we'd want them to if they were our own home, because in a very real way, they kind of are. Plus, don't you always feel better when your area is neat and clean and organized? That's all I've got for you this weekend, Motor Cars. Have a good one.